Okay. Next we have Shawnee phoning in from Ireland.
Yeah, hi William. I'm ringing of my favourite Beatles album.
Excellent.
I'd have to say it's Magical Mystery Tour. I just think it's got all the best tracks of Pepper, a few other good ones. It's a really cohesive piece of work, and I really think it's their best. Of course, it was an American-only release, but I'd still be allowed with it.
Allowed? Yeah, sure, why not?
Right, so.
Okay, well, thanks for your call, Shawnee. And next on Any Thoughts, we have Andrew Bishop.
Hello, William. I'm
there.
phoning in because I think some of your callers seem a little bit confused as to what a UFO is.
They certainly have been.
A UFO is an unidentified flying object.
Thank you.
And
exactly.
The moment you see a UFO, the moment you identify one, it ceases to be an unidentified flying object. So by definition, it cannot exist.
Well, I mean, that is a linguistic point.
Yes.
But what if we said an alien spacecraft?
Alien space? Well, if you were talking about alien spacecraft, I have something quite different to contribute. I mean,
right.
I've been abducted myself, William.
Oh, God.
But to the best of my knowledge, you introduced this topic very clearly as UFOs, so-called UFOs, which, as I pointed out, cannot exist.
Okay, well, thanks for your call. Okay, and next up we have Roger from Basingstoke, who's going to be talking about his favourite Beatles album. Hi, Roger.
Yes. I'd have to say my favourite Beatles album would be Imagine by John Lennon.
But that's not by the Beatles.
Well, that's my favourite Beatles, John Lennon.
That's what you're rooting for, is it?
Yes. Imagine, yes. It's a classic, yes.
Okay, and now we have a Run Dipty who's phoning us from Birmingham.
Hello, William.
Hi there.
I'm phoning about conspiracies.
Okay.
In particular, the JFK conspiracy. And I really believe that this is a lot of media spin and misrepresentation.
Okay.
If enough of us believe John Kennedy was shot, then he was shot. And this so-called assassination, as they call it, personally, I'm not convinced. I think he was poisoned.
Poisoned? You think he was poisoned?
I think he was poisoned by Jackie Kennedy, his wife. Maybe because she found out about some of his affairs. For example, with Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe? So you think he had an affair with Marilyn Monroe
now? He did
now?
have an affair with Marilyn Monroe.
Well, look, how do you explain the bullet wounds?
Well, it's perfectly easy to explain, William. When John F. Kennedy was poisoned, the poison didn't kick in immediately. It kicked in, as you know, when he was on the motorcade, driving through. And at this moment, the onlooking assassin, Oswald, he was so shocked when he saw through his scope that John Kennedy had been poisoned that he, in shock, pulled the trigger and shot Mr. Kennedy several times in the back of the head.
Yeah, well, what was the assassin doing there in the first place?
Well, he was there to kill him, William.
Right.
What do you think he was doing?
Hey, get off that phone.
Oh, cup of tea.
Okay, Claude from France, what are you thinking?
Well, William, to be honest with you, I'm a little taken aback.
Me too.
I see you accepting these solos now.
Well, yeah, one caller did suggest some of John Lennon's solo material.
Well, I was phoning in with my favorite Beatles album, but my favorite Beatle is Paul McCartney. I think his work with the Wings, is super, But best album? Well, I'm not sure. I'll have to get my records, have a little play. I'll phone you back.
Don't feel obligated. Okay, and up next we have Rita from Titting Toonbury.
That's absolutely correct, William. Thank you for
Rita.
pronouncing it right. I had to tell you, I love chess.
Excellent.
I'm a big fan of Kramnik.
Right.
But last week, I went to this charity match for cancer relief, I think you call it, and his performance there was shocking.
Right.
Absolute rubbish.
Oh.
I used to think the worst day of my life would be the day that he died. But after last week's performance, I think it was the day he was born. Utterly
You're
insupportable
listening to
behaviour.
Any
Fine.
Thoughts with William Wogan. 0845 60 60 973.
Okay, and now we've got Mike Duncan. Hello, Mike. That's quite an interesting name, incidentally. Is it Mike Duncan or Duncan Mike?
Well, actually, William, it's Monk and Dyke.
Oh, right. Munkin. Well, what are you phoning in to talk about today?
Well, I'm just phoning in with my favourite album. I've got to say, it's definitely maybe by the Oasis.
Well, yeah, but that's not even by the Beatles.
What? You what?
Well, look, we're discussing your favourite Beatles album.
Wait. You got to be clear with the rules and regulations from the get-go. You can't just be changing the rules. Does it mean I'm exempt from the competition?
Well, it's not actually a competition, so...
Well, why not? What's the point out there? What's the prize?
Well, look, I mean, come on. We're trying to have a critical discussion about music.
Yeah, and I'm trying to discuss Oasis. Definitely, maybe. Does this mean I'm disqualified?
Well, do you know what? It does mean you're disqualified. But thanks for your call. And next on Any Thoughts, we have another caller from France. Bonjour, Valentine.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
I wanted to call in and talk to you about these, how you say, UFOs. Yes,
UFOs.
We don't have these things in France. No.
Right.
Like you have the Queen, we have the Euro, and you have these flying saucepots.
Flying saucepans. Flying saucers, you mean?
Yes. No, we don't have these in France. I think it's an English thing.
Right, well, I'm not sure we have them here either, but thanks for your call. And now on the phone we have Edward. Hi, Edward.
All right, Will.
William.
Yeah, well, I was ringing in my favourite Beatles album, right? And now I hear you're allowing any old album. You know,
well,
if you're going to accept Oasis, that changes everything. You know, I'm more of a contemporary music fan. You know, I'm not, really into all of this 60s stuff. You know, you're talking about the Beatles and, and now you're just letting in any old hat.
Well, no, we're not. I think I made it quite clear to Munkin that we are, in fact, discussing the Beatles today. I'd be more than happy to hear your favourite Beatles album, though.
Well, I've been listening to all the records. Obviously, I've got them all out. I've got it written down there somewhere. No, you see, I've crossed it out. Well, I'll ring you back.
Perhaps, phone us back some other time, another day. And now we have Mr. Botta from...
I'm phoning in about the conspiracies, my friend. There is an easy answer to all of the conspiracies. Let me tell you, my friend, it is the Illuminati. Right. They got JFK, they got Hendrix, they got Diana, and now here they got Krimnik.
What? Where did you hear that?
I heard it on the radio earlier.
Well, I'm not sure that's true. And now on Any Thoughts, we have a voice of reason, hopefully. Georgina Haddock.
Actually, it's Haddo.
Sorry, Haddo.
Yes. I wanted to call to give my two penneth on the youth culture problem, the problem in the street.
An important subject.
Yes. Now, I would like to say that I've heard a lot of tutting about these estates. And honestly, I don't know where it comes from.
Really?
Now, I have spent a lot of my life on estates, as you probably
You don't sound like it, okay.
Well, just last weekend I was at Lord Muxlow's estate. Lovely place that is. And we hear about these hoodies running around with guns, gunning down willy-nilly. I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of gunning, the birds, but they weren't causing anyone any problems. They weren't stealing cars or transistor radios. They just did it for the fun of it.
Well, hang on. I think there might be a bit of an ambiguity over estates. We're talking about inner-city estates. They're rather different to Lord Muxlow's estate, I'm sure. Not that I've had the pleasure
Bit of a problem there, is there?
Well, so I hear. One wouldn't know.
Oh, awful. Well, if there's a problem, you sort it out. There's something that needs to be done, you all muck in, you roll up the sleeves. And
Indeed.
Police officers should obviously be involved.
A voice of reason.
Citizens should be involved.
Indeed.
Community support officers, they need to play a part.
Yep.
And if those UFOs want to muck in and beam on down and zap a few of these cretins,
then
bring them in.
Clear the line. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, can we screen the calls very, very carefully from here on in?
Sorry.
Right, now, Sam from Liverpool.
Well, actually, William, I'm from Cardiff, from Wales.
God's sake, the production team really need to pull up their socks. Look, I'm really sorry. It's Sam from Liverpool.
Well, I'm from Cardiff.
God, sorry, it's been a hell of a long day. It really has been. Have you heard some of these calls? Okay, look, it's Sam from Cardiff. Hello and welcome to the show.
Oh, hello, William. I'm just phoning in about the Beatles. I'm not the biggest fan of the Beatles, but I thought I'd give you the 2 cents anyway.
Okay, well, what is your favourite album?
Well, William, if you're looking at the whole discography, I'm going to have to go with Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah,
you see, upon release in 1967, the Sgt. Pepper received both popular and critical acclaim.
Yeah.
Frank Zappa accused the Beatles of co-opting the flower power aesthetic for monetary gain. Within days of its release, Jimi Hendrix was performing...
Okay, look, sorry, Sam, are you reading this from somewhere?
Well, yeah, I'm on Wikipedia.
Wikipedia? Look, if you don't have your own opinions, why'd you bother to phone in?
Well, you don't win a raffle without buying a ticket.
What?
I guess if I give it a go with a little bit of help from Wikipedia, then I've got just as good a chance as anyone winning this thing.
It's not a competition, Sam. This is not a competition. But look, thanks for your call. And up next...